6 months from now, you're going to have 6 months of results or 6 months of regret. The reason for either is going to be because of what you decided. It's been you thinking, wanting, talking, worrying about your goals and plans so far, but imagine if they could be met. What if the things that you hoped for ended up being the things that you had? What you said you were going to do, you did. What you intended, you were able to implement, and your expectations went according to plan. If you knew that just by you going for it, there would be a definite outcome of you going forward, the breakthrough, the change, the turnaround, and the difference. Everything was just messed up before, but if you knew that you were the determining factor in what is going to happen after, how would you go for it then? If your strategy wasn't struggle or suffer, but instead was to be steadfast and serious, maybe you'd be willing to sit still or take a stand, whatever steps to secure or solidify the necessary practice, policy, or process that is your path to probability. Aren't you a tad bit curious? Aren't you ready to remove self-doubt, self-sabotage, and self-destruction as the stumbling blocks in the way of you solving your equation? When the contrary is to replace them with self-empowerment, self-encouragement, and self-improvement. It'll take study, strength, and sacrifice, but it's something you'll have to do by yourself for the sake of self-preservation. My advice is to stop adding vices. Stop trying to solve problems with more problems. Stop trying to dig yourself out of the hole. Stop compounding what is already complicated. You keep starting too many things. It might just be time to stop. There will be a time to do more, to be all over the place, put multiple irons in the fire, to throw all the darts at the wall and see which one hits. But this is the time to not let anything, a them, a that, something other than and outside of you have the power and space that you need to operate and function freely, untethered to tragedy or the trauma in a way that tears you from being present in the now, but rather having you think that a yesterday or a tomorrow could possibly matter more. Truth be exposed, you lack or are lost or are losing because you give yourself that as an option. You're entertaining, sustaining, and maintaining some aspect of mediocrity that is making it, being hard, so much easier for you. But if it doesn't produce what you meant it to, what does it matter for? Who or what is really in your way, and why aren't you just walking around over or under it instead of attempting the impossible by trying to move it? You do not owe your anything to anyone if by doing or giving so, it causes or leaves you without or in a worse place or position for the sake of being able to say that you did so. You're trying to lose it. But this ain't over. That is. This ain't ended yet. That did. But that was not your only or last opportunity. In fact, this is another chance to. If you don't give up, you can get up. Just stop applying a philosophy of permanence where there should be a matter of perspective. Just like you didn't know that was going to hurt or happen or have the effect that it did, you don't even know how much you can and are going to get through. Stop comparing your life to theirs, your battles to the odds that you assume that they've beaten or can't beat without you, or trying to make sense of what you think you see over there while you're doing or dealing with what you have or don't have here. What you don't realize in this moment is that they've been your coping mechanisms, your crutch, something you've been codependent with. They're why you can't be courageous, confident, or consistent, and you can't insert so many things because you won't let yourself. Wait until you discover the success and stability, nothing against them, that is going to stick to you, and just how far you are going to go because of a whole bunch of stuff, situations, and somebody's that you don't have near. You're not finished. You aren't done. And at this point, you've got lessons, experience, understanding, a concept of the way this goes, an unapologetic authenticity, respect. You know you, and you're still open to possibility. So there's everything in the game. You recognize the risk and reward of what you might have to lose. You're willing to do the work that it takes. You get it, and what you don't, you're willing to figure out. So it can be done. What you want to do, or what you should be doing, or what has to be done in order to find out what any of that is for you. And you will. If you start right now.